Yes.
And it's better that because of the coronavirus pandemic, you can't come to Shenzhen, and many industries were struck hard by the COVID-19 last year. And how about the BASF, the performance materials operations in Asia Pacific?
I mean, of course, like everybody else, we were certainly impacted quite strongly in the earlier part of the year. So I think in China, we saw that hitting us in January, February. And then as the pandemic spread, we saw significant downturn in demand across Japan, Korea, ASEAN, and then into India. So over the first half year, various different markets were affected. But I have to say, and I think that's what we covered at the press conference, in the second half of this year, of last year, and into Q1 this year, the demand has recovered very, very strongly, particularly in China, where automotive industry, the consumer industry, footwear industry, electronics industry, seems to be a tremendous consumer demand. And we've seen that in the sales of our entire portfolio into these industry segments. And here, in that sense, we are quite happy that we added additional capacity with Solvay, and we're adding additional capacity with the BASF Zhanjiang Verbund site next year, because demand is strong in those core industries that we are serving. But as I said, of course, big downturn, but I think significant upturn across all of Asia, led by China, starting in late Q3 and really into today. We still see very strong demand, particularly in China.
And you have just mentioned the acquisition of Solvay's polyamide business, and how your business is integrated in the Asia Pacific region, and what is the significance of this acquisition for BASF's performance materials business?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think it's multifaceted. Of course, one of the key reasons that we made this acquisition was to ensure the upstream supply of the PA66 precursors, and also add polymerization of 6,6. In Asia, that means we have polymerization of 6,6 in Korea. So, securing raw material supply of this polymer and upstream material was critical. Of course, when it comes to serving our customers in Asia, we have a very nice compounding plant in Minhang. We have additional plants in India and Korea. In China, we also have additional R&D capabilities, which we've integrated into our R&D facilities in the Waigaoqiao site, and combine the people and the equipment. Solvay also brought a lot of synergies because they were working on certain technologies. For example, they are very, very strong in fluid dynamics. BASF is very strong historically in air dynamics. And so we have, say, additional and synergistic capability from R&D perspective, which means actually quite synergistic product portfolio. Now, when we combine this, it gives us really a much more broadened portfolio into new applications and additional capabilities. So together with all that, of course, we got an additional nearly 300 colleagues from the acquisition in Asia, all who have different experiences, but particularly in R&D, and I'd say on the technical side, Solvay was very strong, and these colleagues have now joined BASF to support our technical development. So many synergies, and that's running well, I have to say. A great job by the team, and they're adding to our capabilities to support these new industry trends, to support sustainability, and to be able to produce close to our customers, particularly in China.
Yes, BASF has displayed many innovations in today's China Plus, and we have noticed that there are some new technologies in the new energy cars, such as electric cars and fuel cell trucks, and also about the recycling sectors. These are new global trends. And how will BASF adapt to these changes?
Yes. So, yeah, in terms of all of these topics, we are moving our R&D focus and our budgets towards these developments. So, if it comes to e-mobility, we are moving R&D spending and creating projects to support our customers when it comes to, for example, battery housing, electric motors, sensors, high voltage connectors, etc., to support e-mobility. And of course, you mentioned a very strong and important trend, which is sustainability. As I mentioned there, BASF made some very strong commitments to a carbon neutral footprint by 2050, and also to support our customers with innovative, sustainable products. And there's multiple ways we do that, from the simple way of maybe supporting lightweighting of electric vehicles to more sophisticated approaches through mass balance, to bio content or bio-based materials, and of course with a long-term vision to look at new value chains such as chem cycling. So we are tackling this from multiple angles, and the main two topics really is reducing our own carbon footprint and enabling customers to reduce their carbon footprint with decarbonized materials.
And how about the role of digitization in BASF Asia Pacific's performance materials business? The digitization for.
Yes. So I mean, together with the rest of BASF, particularly in China, there's a lot of digitization going on in our manufacturing plants to support more efficient, safer, greener production. But when it comes to, let's say, dealing with our customers, you would have heard from Dr. Zheng this morning regarding our extensive use of the e-commerce platform. Another area where we collaborate with customers via digital platform is to support trials, let's say, remotely, due with modern technology and special, let's say, glasses. We're able to participate sometime in trials with customers from a remote location. And at the same time, we have certain platforms for collaboration with CAE, so computer-aided engineering technologies to support joint design or to support the ongoing engineering design of our customers. These are the main external topics. Internally, of course, we are trying to enable our sales organization to work smarter and provide better service to our customers through a number of different digital tools.